and I'm here to tell you about my favorite Jedi rock star, John Obi-Wan Kenobi. Play.
And welcome to Clinical Term
Nerd.
where we talk about everything and anything.
Nerdy.
So, what is our topic of discussion this week?
Our topic of discussion is Star Wars.
Ooh, yeah. So, what we're going to do is kind of do like this little, kind of a mini series going through each movie, starting with the original trilogy. So, start with A New Hope, and then just going through each one as they are released.
Yeah. So, we're going to be going through each one in the order that they came out, and then on the 12th, we actually get to go see Galaxy's Edge early. So, we will be doing a review and discussion about our thoughts on that as well. I've already seen it. He has not, so we're going again.
Some of us are special, whatever.
So we're going to go again and give you our thoughts on the Florida park, to be specific, Hollywood Studios. So we're going to kick this one off with Star Wars, which was later retitled Episode 4: A New Hope.
Yeah, so this came out in 1977. So,
can I just interject really quick? How confusing would it have been to go see this movie, and then 2 years later when Empire came out, it was retitled Episode 4, and then you're like, wait, how did I miss 1 through 3?
Okay, so, obviously with the name change, this has created a saga of 9 films, it's 2018, and, this film has been around for a very long time. Why do you think, what about The New Hope created such a phenomenon, such a craze for these movies?
I will tell you. I think it's because it was different than any other sci-fi movie that had come out before it. It wasn't some cheesy, they're not wearing boxes over their head for a helmet, and it's not some latex monster walking around. This isn't, Plan 9 from Outer Space, or, It Came From Beyond, or any of those films. This was a science fiction film that was treated like a major blockbuster. It had good writing, good acting. Even if he didn't know at the time that he was going to do more of them, he still treated it. He wrapped it up very nicely. It didn't end on a cliffhanger. And I just think with the amount of effort and care that was put into making the sets, making the music. I mean, John Williams did the score. I think it holds up today more so than the prequels do, because of the fact that it wasn't treated like a science fiction film. It was treated like a blockbuster.
Yeah, obviously it did become iconic too. Because it wasn't too long after that they were like, oh, we need to make more of these. If you watch New Hope, they do set up a lot of backstory. It doesn't seem like they were creating a universe. It was it just felt like, we're getting a snapshot of something that's already been there, that's something that's a little bit more real.
Yeah.
Because they talk about these things that, we don't really have any idea what they are, but, it's established in that universe already, so it didn't feel like forced or contrived when they mention, I served with your father in the Clone Wars, or all these little things, it was just part of the universe. So New Hope, they obviously introduced so many new characters, so many iconic characters. So which out of all the new ones?
Leia.
Okay.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher played her brilliantly. I think for that time frame, it was very new to have somebody. It was right on the time frame that Ripley from Alien was a thing. So it was whenever women were becoming much more powerful and sassy in their films. They weren't just damsels in distress. Even though it was a rescue mission, she still was kind of talking back to Vader, talking back to the generals. She was spunky.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of Princess Leia's outfit in A New Hope. I think they get better as they go along. I don't really like the iconic white dress with the cinnamon buns, but everybody knows that image. If you show somebody that hairdo, they know that it's Star Wars. It is Princess Leia. And yeah, I think 4, 5, and 6, and then especially with even now with her being General Leia, and of course R.I.P. Rest in peace, Carrie. I think that the character has an amazing arc where she just gets stronger with each iteration. So, favorite character. What about you?
Honestly, I think it's R2-D2.
He does have the most foul mouth in the entire movie franchise.
He really does, and it's just a bunch of beeps. So, it's so bad that they had to beep out everything he had to say. So, I just think, he is a really I think he's an adorable droid. Like, I think he honestly is the catalyst for the whole movie. Like, he is the reason why anything really happens is because he was like almost conniving when he was like, oh no, the message is totally broken, like I can't play it for you, and then like they finally get to Obi-Wan Kenobi and he's like, oh no, it's fine. So I just found him to be a obviously a driving force for the plot, but also like really good comic relief throughout the movie.
Yep.
So I don't know,
I mean, who doesn't love whenever R2D2 screams?
right?
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about our favorite characters, and now I guess we should probably address our favorite scene of the movie. So, if you can only pick one favorite scene of A New Hope, what would your favorite scene be?
I think it's kind of, in my opinion, I think the most iconic, and probably my favorite scene is the scene where Luke Skywalker is like the dramatic, like music is rising and he's looking at the two suns setting on Tatooine. Like, I just think it's a really beautiful shot, especially for the time. Like, they did a really good job with it. And I think it's probably the most iconic scene from that movie because it's used over and over and over.
I mean, also the music from that scene is pretty iconic.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you?
Mine is, I guess, a combination of two scenes where I love in the beginning of the movie when you have that long hallway shot and you see Princess Leia bending over to give the message to R2-D2.
Okay.
And then you hear her Princess Leia's theme song playing. And then I also love whenever they actually see the holographic message that she recorded, like, help me, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. Like, that's iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's featured in almost all Star Wars media, actually. Like, people know that the hologram that she records, it's featured on the Star Tours ride at most Disney parks. Like, it's iconic, and when I think of Carrie Fisher, I think of that. So I guess now we should talk about something very controversial.
Ooh, controversy.
And of course, the subject being, who shot first?
Han.
Personally, I think Trump did it, but...
Ooh, political. No, I think Han shot first.
Oh, 100%. It was really interesting because I read an article that it was either George Lucas or... I think it was Harrison Ford. Because George Lucas is like the person who created all this mess. It was actually, I'm pretty sure it was Harrison Ford who said that he wasn't a fan of the CGI alterations that were made because with Han being a smuggler and kind of being like this, swindler, I guess is the word for him, like, he would have shot first. So I am 100% in agreement that he shot first, and it doesn't tarnish my image of, like, liking Han Solo. Like, that's just who he is.
Well, and I also think they confirmed that in the Solo movie. Like, at the end, spoiler alert, he's standing there with Woody Harrelson, and, like, Woody Harrelson, like, didn't even get, like, word out and Han shot him. Yeah. Like, so, I don't know, I feel like that just kind of confirmed that, like, Han is a survivalist, and, like, his number one concern is his survival. Like, so, I don't know, I think Han shot first, so I know lots of people were like, no, that means he's not a hero. He never pretended to be a hero.
It's okay to be an anti-hero. Like, Jyn Erso, I would put her in the same bucket. Like, I love the Jyn Erso character, but she would have totally shot first. Like, she was a rebel. So it's okay you don't need to be, a Leia or, I'm about to call him Mark Hamill, a Luke Skywalker. In order to be a hero, like, it's okay to not be perfect. And I think that's something that we'll address when we start reviewing the sequel trilogy that, like, is really nice about Rey is, like, she's not perfect. She's not somebody important or noble. And I like that about Han Solo, that he wasn't, he wasn't a hero. He didn't ask to be. He just wanted money. And then, like, because of the cause and because of his feelings for Leia and then, his friendship with Luke, like, he stayed and helped, but, like, he didn't start out as being a hero, and he was very, like, upfront about that.
Yeah.
This series is going to be a pretty long one because we're going to do each film as they came out, so not just the trilogies. We're going to do 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, 3, and then 7, 8, and then eventually 9. I mean, how long this could take us, we could be ending it right whenever 9 comes out.
We'll see.
We'll have a special video for you guys next week because we get to go to Galaxy's Edge.
Ooh, we're very excited.
Yeah,
so we'll take photos, we'll take some videos, we'll let you know what we think about everything. So just to clarify, we will be going to the Hollywood Studios, the Florida park, not the one that's already open in California. They're pretty similar with just a few alterations, but yeah, we get to go do that. So we'll have a video for that for you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, obviously YouTube. Just like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think, and may the force be with you.
Yes.
Bye.
Is that the force? Is that the force choke?
What are you trying to go for?
I don't know, like the force thing. Okay, bye.